Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Josephine, your favorite teacher as usual. Well guys, if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, and if you've been here, thank you for always sticking around, and don't forget to like, comment on this video. Well, for those of you who are new, we are always talking about teaching stuff. I'm always giving you teaching information here in Dubai, and sometimes we are working out and sometimes we are just having a good vibe. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because you wouldn't want to miss my new videos, and click on the bell, the notification bell, so you can always get my new videos. So guys, you have been always asking me to do a video about teaching interview questions and answers, and I'm very happy to tell you guys that today I'm doing a video. This video is all about interview questions and answers. So you have done your CV very well and they have invited you for the interview, and you are all very nervous. You don't know what questions they are going to ask you. Well, you are fortunate enough that I'm here to give you some of the interview questions that they ask during the teaching interview or during the teaching assistant interview. So let's dive in. The first question that they always ask is, tell me about yourself. So you go inside the manager's office or the HR's office and they are like, okay, Josephine, tell me about yourself. What do you answer? Think about it, guys. What do you answer? Anyways, let's take an example. So I'm the one doing the interview and I go to the HR and she's like, okay, Josephine, I see your CV here. So tell me about yourself. What do you say? Anyways, I'll simply go like, before I go in, when they ask you this question, they are not asking you to talk about your mothers, your fathers, your grandparents, your siblings, or your unimportant things in the village. No, they are simply asking you to talk about three things. Number one, you need to talk about your qualifications. Number two, you need to talk about your experience. And number three, you need to talk about your skills. Those three important things are what they are looking for. So let's take an example. They are asking me in an interview, Josephine, talk about yourself. I'll simply go like, my name is Nachiranda Josephine. I come from Uganda. I have a bachelor's degree in social work and social administration. I have been working as a teaching assistant for 3 years now, and recently I just completed my catch level 3 to which to work as a full-time teacher. That's why I'm applying for this job, and I have good communication skills. I have good interpersonal skills. I have good teamwork skills. I can work well with the team, and I'm a very empathetic person. So that's how you answer, talk about yourself. I have simply talked about my qualification. I've talked about my skill, my experience, where I said I have worked as a teaching assistant for 3 years, and I've talked about my skills. As simple as that. Don't talk about unimportant things or your primary, secondary schools. No, just talk about your recent qualification. So another question that they ask are the situational questions. Nowadays they like situational questions a lot. What do I mean by situational questions? Situational questions are questions that they ask you to assess your if you can solve a situation at the moment, or if you're one of those people who will run immediately to the supervisor or to your manager just in case of a simple situation that happens. So example of a situation or questions. They can go like, okay, Josephine, you have a situation where a parent is screaming, yelling at the top of her voice, and she's very upset because yesterday the child's lunchbox went back full and the child didn't eat most of his all her food. How do you handle that such a situation? So guys, how do you handle such a situation? Anyways, you would simply go like, how I handle that situation, I would first of all try to talk to the parent, apologize to her that we are very sorry that situation happened and it will not happen again, but I'm not sure why it happened and how it happened, but just give me a minute. Let me just talk to my team and see why it happened like that, because such situations usually don't happen in our classroom. But I know and I can feel that you're really upset and you have all the right to be upset with us, but just give me some time. I'll talk to my team and then I will get back to you. And we are very sorry and we promise you that will never happen again. So you see, you're trying to calm the parent down. You're trying to solve the situation. Of course, there are some parents who will be like, okay, please get back to me as soon as possible. And I hope today my son will eat all his food and such stuff. And of course, there are such parents who will be like, I need to speak to your manager or your supervisor. So in that case, if the parent insists on speaking to the manager or the supervisor, you have no option but to just let them go to the supervisor and speak to them. But at least you try to solve the situation by yourself without rushing to the manager. So that's how you answer that question. Try as much as possible to show that you are trying to solve the situation at the moment before rushing to the supervisor. Okay. And another situational question that they can ask, because that one is to do with customer service, because we are always dealing with the parents during the drop off time and during the pickup time. Parents will always communicate to you. They'll be like, how was the day? Or they will be like asking you something, or they will be complaining about something. So that's why they will ask you such a situational question to see if you can really handle some situations with the parents. And another situational question that to do with money, classroom management is, the HR can ask you, so Josephine, you have two children here and they are fighting about a toy. Like one child is trying to grab from the other and they are screaming, they are trying to fight. How can you handle such a situation? Guys, how can you handle such a situation? Tell me, how can you handle such a situation? Think about it. How can you handle such a situation? Anyways, this is how you handle this one. This is how I would answer that one. I would simply go like, first of all, I rush to the children to make sure they don't fight and hurt themselves. I get the toy from both of them and I hold it in my hand. And I'll go like, okay, guys, you are fighting for the toy, but it's only one toy. So who got it first? Of course, they will all be like, I got it first, I got it first. And then you need to ask again, you'll be like, honestly, guys, you need to be honest. Who got it first? And I'm sure one of them will be shying away. From my experience, one will shy away and the other will be like, I got it first. So you know who got it first. And you will be like, okay, so your friend want to play with it and you want to play with it, but it's only one toy. How about we take turns, because we are all friends and we supposed to share. How about you play with it 5 minutes and then after 5 minutes you share it with her, and she will play 5 minutes and then you will give it her, like you guys can take a turn. How about that? And they will be like, okay, I'll take it first. Then you give it to the one who had it first. And then she will play with it and make sure after some minutes you tell her, okay, your turn is done. Please give it to the other one. Children always listen as long as you talk to them very well, very nicely. So That's how you solve that situation inside the classroom. You simply need to tell the children. It's the psychology of children, you know. You simply have to tell them, let's take turns. And they will listen to you. They always listen to us, trust me. So you try to show the manager or the HRR that you really have classroom management skills. That's to show how you can handle different situations inside the classroom. Because trust me, guys, we get so many situations inside the classroom per a day, because you know they are little beings. Sometimes they need toys. The one she need what the others have, and he need what the others have. So you will have so many situations like that, but know how to manage them and how to solve the situation. So you have showed the HR that, of course, you can solve the situation. Anyways, another question that they usually ask is, so Josephine, why do you think we should hire you instead of all other applicants who have applied for the job? Why do you think we should hire you instead of all the 1,000 applicants that we have? So, how do you answer that one? What do you think they are looking for? Anyways, here, what they are looking for is your skills. You just need to show the HR that you are confident enough that you can excel in this job. You are confident enough that you have the qualification, the experience, and the skills um, to excel in this kind of job. So how do you answer this one? All they are looking for are your skills. First of all, you can go like this. Thank you so much for asking me this question, and I'm very confident enough that you guys should hire me, because first of all, I have good communication skills where I can communicate well with the parents and the children as well as my team members. I'm a good team player because I have good team work skills, because I know in this job we always have to work as a team. Sometimes you need to work as with teaching assistants, which is a team. Sometimes you need to work with other teachers. So I'm very good with working with different team members, because in my previous work I've been working with different people from different cultures and from different nationalities. So I'm good with team members. I have good interpersonal skills where I get along with most of the people at my workplace, and I'm a very empathetic person. I always know when to when children need something, I always try as much as to put myself in their feet. And experience, I've been working in a school for 3 years now, so trust me, I know what it takes and I know what happens inside the classroom. And I'm very sure if you guys hire me, you will not regret it. Thank you very much. That's how you answer that question. What do you think we should hire you? That's how you answer that question. And guys, trust me, if you answer like that, those 3 interview questions, I'm sure the HR will be impressed and you will be hired. So guys, those are the tips from my side. Some of the questions that I know they ask, some of the major questions that I know they ask inside the teaching interview or teaching assistant interview, regardless of the two, either the teaching or the teaching assistant interview, they will ask you such questions. But that's how, from my side, that's the tips that on how to answer such questions. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Thank you for always sticking around. You are amazing. If you're new here, guys, please don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to recommend other people my channel, as I'm always here trying to get information for you. And I mean, trying to have a good vibe around here, trying to, sometimes we are talking about life and sometimes we are just having a good time. So guys, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you in my next video.